It's that time of the evening
What time's that then, Adam?
where we talk about stuff we've watched this week.
Oh. What, like a review show?
Yeah.
Cool.
Should we do one?
We can do. This is a very short intro.
Right, I'll see you later then.
What?
I'll say, shall we do one?
I
I was trying out a dad joke. Yeah, didn't really work. Yeah, should we do a review show?
Yeah.
Cool.
Still a short intro. Anyway, here we go. That was me pushing play on the music. Still waiting for it to start. Oh, there it is. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Review with the Crew show with Mr. Adam Gattrell,
Hello.
Mr. Ross Murphy,
hello,
and me, Mr. Chris Quinton. Good day, good evening,
Good night.
Good
Good morning.
whatever time of day it is for you out there. Unless you guys have got anything else you want to chuck in, we can just get straight into it if you want.
Yeah.
yeah, go for it.
There's one glaringly obvious thing that at least two of us have seen.
I think we should talk about that now, get it out of the way.
Avengers Infinity War.
No spoilers for anyone listening.
Absolutely no spoilers
And
at
Ross
all.
hasn't seen it yet, so we don't want to spoil it for him either.
Wow, we kind of do. But
I don't even want to hear this conversation if I'm being brutally honest.
You're
fine.
You're literally not gonna hear, and it's not gonna be spoilt for you at all.
nothing that you don't already know about this film, Ross. Look, everything I've got to say about it is glaringly obvious, basically. So, did you have a good time, Adam?
I loved it. I had a great
Yeah?
time. I watched it. I enjoyed it. I came out and I wanted to talk about it.
Yeah, we were chatting about it for quite a long time afterwards and stuff. You know,
My girlfriend didn't enjoy it.
did you not?
Her two friends, one of her friends enjoyed it, and her friend's partner didn't enjoy it.
Are they Marvel fans?
No,
So,
but they liked Guardians of the Galaxy and Thor Ragnarok, but didn't like Thor and some of the Captain America films. So they've got a different take on what they like and what they don't like. So
it's kind of a
yeah.
movie for everyone that's really in.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like, if you've watched all of the movies solidly a couple of times over, you're familiar with the characters and stuff, you're going to enjoy it a lot more than if you went in cold. I
Yeah.
imagine.
If you've not seen any Marvel films and then you went and watched this, it probably wouldn't make a lot of sense.
They don't do a lot of work introducing the characters or anything at all, do they? Mainly because there's not the time to.
No.
There's so much going on. It's a busy film, but credit to the Russo brothers. They've done a grand job of fitting it all in.
Yeah.
You imagine this film in the hands of somebody like bloody
Snyder, Whedon,
Snyder. No, I'm thinking more like bloody who did Transformers.
Michael Bay,
Michael Bay, and who did Dunkirk just recently? Chris
Nolan.
Nolan. Him under time pressure. Look at Batman Begins.
Yeah.
The editing's awful, and yeah, too many jump cuts and things. Same problem as you have with Michael Bay. So yeah, either of those people would have absolutely screwed this movie. The Russo brothers did a great job.
Yeah, I can't fault it.
Music.
I enjoyed it.
Did any similarities with any other franchises that you noticed?
It's
very Star Warsy.
didn't really pick up on that, to be honest.
Let's face it, you're going to watch it again.
Oh yeah, of
Like,
course I
yeah,
am.
there's a lot to unpack, so you're going to need to watch it. I don't know. I think myself, I'd be comfortable with 2 or 3 times before I start to give myself a proper
breather from it.
Yeah. it is kind of like I don't know. Actually, no. The next Avengers movie is like the goalpost for me. That's like the finishing line. This is you
Well, I
can
think
get to
that's
that
always
point
their
and
plan,
everything is
isn't it?
great.
Yeah.
Then they've done supremely well, and I'd be happy with a complete DVD box set of everything up till then.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I think that's kind of, as they've been going along, they've kind of worked towards the first Avengers, and then they kind of went, we can do more from here. And then they started thinking about Infinity War and the next Avengers, and then that's their plan. If they pull it off and get to the end of the next one and they've done all good, I will be happy.
I mean, we said in the news show they're talking about stuff that they're going to be releasing in 2025. If they can keep this going for that long, for 20 years, you know what I mean?
I'm in.
We'll see. You know, I mean, they're talking about
There's only
moving
been
away.
one bad film so far, and then there's been a few weaker films.
Thor 2?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. The rest of there's been a couple
First
of
Avengers not great, but
the first Avengers is brilliant. Like
No, First Avenger, the film.
Oh, the first Avenger.
It's
Oh
not
no, I
great.
think that's fantastic.
It's a good movie, but it's not.
It's tongue in cheek, taking the mick out of itself. It's very
I
clever.
tried to watch it again. I have watched it again just recently, and yeah, I came away with the same kind of feeling. It's good, but there are far better films in the MCU.
Oh yeah, definitely. Like both the other Captain America films.
Yeah, they overshadow it massively.
Yeah.
Any specific characters that you really enjoyed, without being spoilery?
I think they're all pretty much on a par for me. Really, I cut Drax.
Drax.
Yeah, I just like Drax in general.
Yeah, it was cool.
He just has his little moments in all the films he's in. Like it's just he is Drax.
He's very, very good.
Yeah.
I really loved the Children of Thanos, especially the wizardy one, Ebony Maw.
Yeah.
Very cool. And lots of nice team ups as well with characters.
That's the thing though, like you know it's coming, and it's they've managed to pull it off without saying anything else. I think they've just generally done an amazing job with the film.
People at home, just watch out for like really interesting like duo team ups that have characters you completely wouldn't expect.
Yeah,
it's great. Really fun.
They've just done a great job all round. I really enjoyed it. I'd even consider actually going to the cinema again.
Do you not go to the cinema to watch a film again very often?
The last time I went to watch a film more than once was, unless it was like my mate who I've said about that takes me with him for free because of issues he has. The last time it was Avengers.
Cool.
Yeah, it's very
Like
rare.
10 years ago.
Yeah, very rare that I'll go to a cinema more than once to see a film.
Deadpool was the last film I saw. Twice at the cinema, I think.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Rad. Yeah, I only saw that once at cinema.
Anything you didn't like about the film?
It's not going to spoil anything for anyone. She appears first in an after-credits scene of Avengers. She's then in Age of Ultron. She's then in Civil War.
Right.
And then she's in this.
Yeah.
Scarlet. Is it Scarlet? Yeah, Scarlet Witch.
Yeah.
Her accent gets less Russian each film she's in.
Yeah.
The only thing I didn't like about the whole of this film is the fact that she hasn't got a Russian accent anymore.
Okay.
She sounds very, very American.
I've never noticed that before. Yeah, she does sound very much like... Yeah.
Her. The actress.
What's her name?
Olsen, something or other. Someone Olsen. She's one of the Olsen twins' sisters. Or her name.
Can't remember. I'll cut that
But
out.
yeah, like her accent throughout all the films she's been in seems to be getting less Russian. And it's like, I'm sorry, but if you're 20-something, nearly 30, and you've got a deep Russian-sounding accent, you're not going to lose that in a year.
Well, not in a year, but...
No.
But that's actually one of the things I was going to say about the timeline thing. It's just weird again, isn't it? Because Tony Stark mentions about it being 6 years this time since New York.
Does he?
Yeah.
Oh, right. I didn't even notice that.
So yeah, that confuses things. And I've looked at the timeline thing that that Marvel have released officially, and yeah, Spider-Man is the one thing. It's the one bone of contention still. If you take that opening card from Spider-Man out, everything's fine, and the 6-year thing fits.
Right.
But all of Phase 3, not all of them, but some of the movies are out of order.
Yeah.
Like Guardians 1 and 2 should be watched back to back.
Yeah.
And something else is that. Oh, Black Panther. There's a bone of contention there. There's a
Yeah.
problem with the timeline.
I don't think there is.
Yeah, there is. Go and read about it.
Yeah.
There's definitely an issue.
But yeah, I liked it. I enjoyed it. I may even go and watch it again and actually pay to go a second time to the cinema.
Yeah, fair enough. Rocket's dialogue was very quiet. Don't know if you noticed that.
No, I heard everything he said.
Yeah, there's hearing everything he said, and there's having everything he said at a decent audible level. There's this problem with bloody mocapped characters, and you
I
notice
didn't find
it.
that at all.
You'll
with
notice
this
it
one.
in like the Jungle Book, for instance, as a perfect example, where every character's mocapped, and they don't have like environmental effects on the character, so it's either all or nothing, and nothing's sort of positioned nicely or anything like that.
Where are you sitting? Because our local cinema is crap. Whereabouts are you sitting?
We were quite near the back this time.
Yeah, awful place to sit.
Wow.
Right near the back or right near the front, the audio is awful because the speakers aren't set up in the right way. You have to sit in the middle section of that screens of those cinemas to get the right sound.
It'd be interesting to see whether or not that was just a positioning thing.
Because I didn't get that at all. His audio sounded, dialogue sounded like it was perfectly in sync with everything else around it, to me.
Fair enough. And Thanos' plan, it doesn't really hold together for me.
Yeah. I'm not going to talk about that because it's too close to spoilery.
Well, people know what it is. People know.
Yeah. But like to go into it and talk about it, we would end up having to spoil things for people. So I'm not going to.
Fine. We'll talk about it more another time, perhaps.
Yeah.
But it's kind of used as a be-all, like a one-for-all fix-it plan, which wouldn't be the case. It wouldn't work for everyone. So it doesn't hold up.
Fair enough.
Damn it, which means I can't use my joke. Damn. Anyway, so yeah, overall though.
Did you enjoy it?
Overall, yes, I really did enjoy it.
Would you go back and watch it again?
Yeah, I think I'm very tempted to.
Cool.
Just to see if things like the audio issue that I mentioned are just positioning in this
it is with that cinema, honestly. I promise you, there's so many films where other people have said they've gone and I've said, where have you sat? And they've sat near the back or near the front and they've had a totally different audio experience to me.
Right.
The audio's not great in there, but if you're sat in the middle, it's the best you can get because the speakers are in all the right placements, so you get a more surround feel of sound. Whereas if you're in the corners, down the ends, sides, right at the back, in the back 3 rows or the front 3 rows, you don't get the same experience. It's just bad cinema.
Love the cameos in it, and I've got to admit, actually, I fell asleep for about 2 or 3 minutes. And I've got to warn you, actually, if you're listening at home, there's so much going on in this film that if you fall asleep for 2 or 3 minutes, you do actually miss quite a lot.
Yeah.
So yeah, just when they went somewhere to get something for a specific character, and the opening battle at Wakanda.
Yeah.
So I missed the end of one scene and the beginning of another.
Amazing.
And that's enough for me to think, actually,
I need to see it again.
I could do a seeing it again, just for that bit. I'm sure it's like a really short amount of time. Thankfully, the missus was there, and she was like, "Oi!" And I just had enough sleep for me to go, "Oh, actually, that's much better. Thank you very much."
Amazing.
Oh yeah, I love sleeping in cinemas. So yeah, a rating. What do you reckon?
Give it a solid 8 out of 10.
8 out of 10.
Yeah.
I reckon, yeah. I'm in the same sort of ballpark. 7 or 8 out of 10, yeah. It's a solid movie. You couldn't go in cold, but there is a lot going on. And there are a couple of bugbears, which I can't talk about really without spoiling, which just don't make it a perfect film.
Yeah, but then there's no such thing as a perfect film. So
Well,
no, there isn't.
well,
Otherwise, cinema would have ended, and everyone would just watch that film over and over again because it's a perfect film. It's not possible.
Blade Runner's pretty close.
Yeah, there's close, but
Yeah.
it's not perfect. It's impossible.
I'm going to find one
On that
for another
note,
podcast.
On that
anyway,
note, you've seen Jumanji, haven't you, Ross?
Yes.
What did you think of Jumanji?
I enjoyed it.
So did I.
It's a good film, isn't it?
are we talking about Welcome to the Jungle with The Rock?
Yeah. I didn't like. I was worried when they talked about it there was going to be a reboot, and then they said it wasn't a reboot. It was like a sort of homage to and carry on of the story.
But it is kind of a sequel.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. It ended up being a sequel rather than like just a
Soft
homage or
reboot.
Yeah. Soft reboot, yeah.
Yeah, but to me that it's not. It's just a carry on. Fuck the soft reboot.
Yeah, no,
thing.
it is
It's
a
a
carry
carry on. And I watched it Saturday.
Carry on up the jungle. No, anyway.
Yeah,
Good laugh, isn't it?
watched it on Saturday with the girlfriend, and we enjoyed it. There was
Which one?
Welcome to the Jungle.
No, I meant which girlfriend. Did she listen to the podcast?
No.
Oh, hi. Girlfriend number 3.
But there's I enjoyed it. It was good fun.
It's like, have you seen that video of the footballer who's like, I'd like to thank my wife and my girlfriend, and then as soon as he says it, he realises what he's done, and he's like, I mean my wife, and his face just goes
Amazing. I'll have to look that up.
Brilliant.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it, but like, I still, it wasn't as clever as the original by any means. Some of the character traits, the obvious, like dorky girl, dorky guy, sports jock, blah blah blah, and then just putting them into almost the opposing bodies was okay.
I like that playing against type thing.
Yeah, but it wasn't done. It wasn't done cleverly. It was just blatantly obvious.
It gave me more respect for Jack Black than I've ever had before in my life, I think.
Why?
Because I don't like him. You know what? He's just had an amazing cameo in The Last Man on Earth, and he was in it for like 10 seconds.
Yeah,
it was brilliant. It's like, oh, Jack Black's in this. Boom, he gets shot.
Yeah,
dead. That's the perfect cameo for Jack Black for me. That's brilliant.
Yeah, he's good in it, but like, what I mean is, like, they went with obvious tropes before they go in the game, and then they're obvious opposite tropes when they're in the game, and they learn the obvious lessons, and you know, it's all very like paint by numbers.
Yeah, but it's just fun, isn't it?
Yeah. Whereas the original Jumanji's a lot cleverer than that. That's what I mean. So it's not.
Yeah, and
you
the
know,
CGI
it's a very
is a lot
different
shitter.
film.
Yeah,
this is
but then
very
it's
true.
an older
It's
film.
unwatchably terribly bad.
Yeah, it's an older film though, isn't it? So
It looks like
gonna be that
Reboot.
way.
Yeah,
Well, it's better than Reboot.
It's not.
But yeah, I really enjoyed it. I just there was a lot of bits that were kind of just like, well, it's kind of obvious, and I was kind of hoping it was going to be a little cleverer than that, but you know, I still enjoyed it.
I don't think it needed to be a clever movie at all.
Yeah,
It's
I was
like-
kind of hoping it was going to be more clever, like the original.
It's the best video game movie we've ever had, isn't it?
Yeah, categorically.
Yeah, it's
yeah. I suppose if you look at it that direction, but
not a movie about an existing video game, of course, but you know, it's.
still better than Tomb Raider.
Have you seen
it?
Yeah,
What, the new one?
yeah.
Did you go to the cinema?
No,
Dodgycam.com.
no. A friend had it on his computer.
He always
somehow.
says this, friend.
Yeah, I
sure it's a friend.
I
I don't have the possibility to do it myself, so
Well, why not? You've got the internet.
yeah, not that I can do anything like that with.
Of course you can.
No,
Yes, anybody can.
He's worried about the police knocking on his door, Ross.
again.
Yeah.
It's VPN, mate.
Yeah,
Um,
VPN, that's right. It's very true.
Yeah, but yeah, no.
IP, what's
yeah,
it?
VPN.
It is a much better computer game film than the new Tomb Raider. That was poor.
Okay, I'd still like to see that. So there's a decent version of Tomb Raider out there to watch, is there?
Probably not.
Well, it's okay.
It was okay.
Yeah, it's Korean subtitles or something on it.
I'm still
Oh.
waiting. I missed Black Panther, so I'm waiting to. It comes out on the 8th of May or something.
It
Doesn't
does, yeah.
So I'm thinking.
What, on Blu-ray?
I'm hoping that by the weekend
General
there's
release,
a Blu-ray
it's
rip of
it's
it.
the 8th of June because it comes out a day after my birthday. Black Panther.
No,
on
then
Blu-ray.
I'm not gonna see it. Well, then I might have to watch a shit cam of it then.
We had the date on our podcast last week, week before, didn't we?
Well, I've ordered the Blu-ray and the release date is just after my birthday in June.
Right, okay.
So yeah.
They normally release it to streaming services before, don't they?
Oh yeah. They'll do like Sky Cinema and iTunes and all that probably a month before that, but maybe a couple of weeks if you're lucky. But yeah, Jumanji was right.
Well, Anna's away at Hendu, so this week from Thursday. So it'd be absolutely bloody ideal if I could get hold of it, and then I could go and see Avengers as well.
Ah,
Ooh.
Like I could literally get up Saturday morning
Double bill.
and just
Boom,
double bill
back
it.
to back.
something else I saw this week and really really enjoyed.
Go on.
Was Idris Elba and Bill Bailey in Idris Elba's TV series he's written for Sky called In the Long Run.
Okay.
And it's a comedy sitcom set around... I'm not sure if it's based on his family or just based around things he experienced when he was younger, but it's all about a family, mum and dad who've moved from Africa and brought their child up in Britain, and then the dad's brother moves over, and each episode starts and finishes with Idris Elba playing the dad of the family, writing a letter to his, like reading a letter from his mum in Africa, and then at the end of the episode writing a letter to her saying, I'm going to send you some money, this is what we've all been up to. And Bill Bailey plays like one of their mates.
Oh, interesting. Who's it for? Netflix, did you say?
Sky.
For Sky.
Yeah. And it's really good.
Okay.
Really, really good. I really enjoy it. It's funny. Bill Bailey's brilliant.
Idris Elba comedy part?
Yeah. He plays the
interesting.
dad, and he's doing he's making silly comments with the mum and sort of being all cute and momentary, and then having moments where he's like taking off his belt at his son, and and then the son says something that calms him down and stuff. But it's obviously it's set in the 70s,
Right.
or early 80s, so it's when I think it's written around the time his parents moved over here. I'm just guessing from what it's about and how it's written. That's what it seems like. It's from life experience.
Okay.
But it's really good. It's worth a watch if you can watch it on Sky as it comes out, or you can get it on a Sky whatever download thing.
Now TV box or something like that.
Yeah, it's on most of the streaming things connected to Sky. So
And probably therefore a legal release.
yeah, probably. But yeah, it's only 6 episodes. It's really good, and Bill Bailey's brilliant in it.
Okay.
So
I like Bill Bailey.
Yeah, and it's good.
Not been watching anything else?
Kunk on Britain.
A what?
I've
Sorry?
seen first episode of that. It's brilliant. Isn't
Yeah,
it?
Kunk on Britain. Philomena Kunk. She's a woman that used to do.
What a name.
She used to do sketches as if she was an idiot being interviewed for Charlie Brooker's Screen Wipe.
Oh, okay.
And she's now gone on and done other stuff, and now she's doing her own series where she's like doing the history of Britain. But
You've seen it as well, Ross?
Yeah, so she's like
complete imbecile.
So the premise of it is they do real interviews with real professionals,
Right.
And they're in that she's going to come in character,
Right.
but they answer the questions as they would.
I don't think all of them are fully in on it. A couple of them seem quite angry with her about the stupid
but she's
answers.
like,
Some of them are well up for it.
When St. George killed the dragon, was that when he became the patron? Dragons aren't real? And then she just ignores him and goes, so when he did kill the dragon, what actually did happen? He's like, well, the dragons aren't real.
It's like
And then he's like, yeah, but is he the most Englishman ever? And he's like, well, mate's like, oh, no, he's actually half Turkish and half Palestinian. He never even arrived in England. She's like, for fuck's sake.
It's so good. It's so good. And there's a few episodes out now, and each one's just brilliant. She goes on about the Tudors, and she goes, what is Tudors? And then just starts babbling on about stuff. And she did a series a little while ago as well, where she stood at the Greenwich, the line in Greenwich where the clock and that is. And she stood in it, and she's like, so by standing here, I am travelling back in time and forward in time whilst being in the present. How cool is that? And so, yeah, she's brilliant. She's very, 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 very good.
Is this on Netflix?
BBC.
It's on the iPlayer.
Yeah, iPlayer.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she's very good. I highly recommend anyone that wants something to just laugh at. And if you're a history teacher or you know anyone into history, they'd probably find it even funnier, because there's probably bits in the sort of comedy that they would pick up on far more than the rest of us.
They do things like that. And next week we're going to talk about the Tudors, but we're going to skip the War of the Roses. It's far too complicated and nobody can be bothered to work it out.
Yeah, and in one of her last series, she was like, next week we're going to talk about air. And what is it? And why can't I touch it?
Okay.
Yeah,
I get the style of humour.
Yeah.
So,
What have you been watching?
Ross.
Yeah.
I haven't been watching anything other than Parks and Rec.
Oh,
I'm sorry,
so
I've got
good.
nothing
Rewatched it
to
again?
We are in the process of rewatching it.
Okay.
We're like halfway through season 3.
Is this like the third time you've seen it?
No, this will be the second time I've seen it.
Okay.
It's still
Yeah.
brilliant. I spoke about it on the podcast the other week, didn't
Yeah,
Yeah.
I just finished it when you spoke about it before.
It's just
That's
so good.
So good.
But we literally have just been putting all our time and energy into doing our house up.
Okay.
But we have little breaks. And because Parks and Rec's like 20 minutes, we
that's
just go,
handy, yeah.
or like, because we're really particular. Before we moved, we always would eat dinner at the dinner table
Right.
and talk to each other,
Yeah, fair.
even if that was the only sort of 45 minutes we spent in each other's company that day. But now we live in one room at the moment. We just sit down with our dinner on the sofa and go, should we watch Parks and Rec? and
You're
it's so
becoming a normal couple.
and it so easily just turns into 3 episodes, because you can watch 3 episodes and it's just an hour.
Yeah.
And it's really easy to just watch 2.
Yeah.
And it's too good to just watch 1.
See, we've been using a good place like that, to be honest. Like, if we watch something a bit dark, then, because it's 20 minutes, we think, we need something light just to sort of, cap off the evening before we go to bed, because you don't want to be thinking about cowboys that have been murdering each other in quite gruesome ways. Sorry, Westworld, we'll get to that. So that's really quite a nice, wholesome way to end your evening, you know.
We've even broken another one of our cardinal rules is we occasionally take a tablet to bed and watch Parks and Rec.
All right, okay.
Like we never. That's like technology in the bedroom's like a bat. We don't do that in our house.
Fine, fair enough. Yeah, we do it very rarely, but
we've just started every now and then. It's just like, should just get into bed at like 9:30 and watch a couple of Parks and Recs.
Doesn't matter if you fall asleep either, does it? Because 20 minutes, it stops. Boom, you're asleep.
Yeah.
Like a decent audiobook app.
Yeah.
Just switches off. So you're not seeing anything else then, Ross? Not been playing Gods of War or anything like that?
I have,
God of
but
War
I don't
even?
want to talk about it.
Why not?
Because I'm not in the right place to talk about it at the moment. It's very, very good, I'll say that, but I need to play it for I need another good sesh on it before
How much have you played so far?
Probably about 6 hours of it.
Right. No, it doesn't give you enough grounding.
No, because it's a big game.
Right. Is it all one cut?
Yeah.
It's one continuous camera shot.
It's funny, but you stop noticing it.
Right.
If you know it's there, you're super conscious about it and you're looking for it to cut, but it never does. And then after a while, you stop.
How does it work? Does it sort of...
Because actually, you go into the menu quite a lot because you've got skills and stuff. So your eyes get that break.
Right, okay. But so it sort of flows into cutscene from where you're standing.
The camera will only ever do that thing where it feels like it's handheld all the time.
Right.
So you'll never get a big zoom out and a zoom in. It'll just always pull out a little bit and step away and pan.
Right. And is it a combination of like QuickTime events and hack and slash?
You don't know QuickTime events now.
Right.
Not that I'd. When you kill some of the big guys, the only option that gives you whether you do your light hits and hard hits on once you've jumped up on them.
Right.
But it is good.
So it works like Shadow of the Colossus in places?
Yeah, no, nothing like Shadow.
I mean, jumping on big enemies to get them in certain spots.
Yeah, I suppose so. But it is already. I can see it probably being Game of the Year.
Right.
Like Red Dead Redemption 2 is going to have.
It's going to struggle.
Be really good.
Right.
And that's the 50-ton gorilla in the room, isn't it?
Yeah. Fair enough.
Yeah.
See, we got half a review out of you there, Ross.
I know.
Had to eke it out of you a little bit.
Yeah, but
there's a difference between being able to really, I suppose, with a game like that, really be able to give a full thought on it. If you're only 6 hours in and it's a 30
yeah, and
game,
I'm not overly enjoying the combat, but the rest of the game is so good.
Right.
Yeah.
Like it's not my preferred genre. The Last of Us and Uncharted is more my. If I play a game like that, I prefer gun combat and a bit of melee combat than a game where you've got to string combos
sort of
and stuff
thing.
Fair
together.
enough.
Because my main complaint with the combat is the camera's quite tight on you all the time. And melee combat's changed in games to be a bit more like you've both played the new Batman games where
the Arkham
where the
Asylum, isn't it?
camera's a lot further away, and it's actually it's not about combos, it's about you just getting the timing right, and it feels
musical combat basically, isn't it? It's become more about rhythm rather than just hitting the right buttons. You've got to hit the right buttons, but also at the right timings to make a string of combos.
Whereas God of War's a bit more like, and you get things on the screen that flash up to tell you that there's a guy behind you, so you can't. Whereas in Batman, you would just go, you're tapping, aren't you, on a rhythm, and then you're pointing the stick at the guys. So you just go punching the guy in front, and now I'm smacking the one behind me.
You've got enough of a view.
You don't
to
get
see
that in
it
God
all.
of War because it's so close.
Weird.
It almost feels a little old-fashioned in that respect.
Right, okay.
But I don't play lots of games like that. Like, I've never played like Bayonetta, and I've never been into Devil May Cry.
Right.
I'm not hugely into God of War.
Okay.
But this new one's amazing. It's very good.
Cool. Okay, I guess that just leaves
contributed.
me. Hey! I guess that just means me. So I've started 3 new TV shows this week. So one of them is Handmaid's Tale Season 2.
I don't want to talk about that either.
Yeah, you do.
No, don't, because we're not watching it. Until
One of them is A Handmaid's Tale Season 2. The other one is Westworld Season 2.
Don't want to talk about that either.
No, I'm not talking about that because I haven't seen any of it yet.
And American Crime Story
Tell us
Season
about American
2.
Crime Story, Chris.
Yeah, tell us about that.
I'm going to tell you about all three of them in some way, shape or form.
If you spoil anything of the Westworld Series 2, I will hurt you.
Right, Westworld, I'm going to say, of the three, is the weakest opening because this was reported on in our news show last week that the first episode is quite lackluster, and it is. It just gives you some setup for characters, like who's going to be like.
I've had totally the opposite come from other people I know that have watched it though.
Really?
They've said the first episode is brilliant.
It's as far as setting up and giving you information is concerned, yeah, fine. But apparently, episode 2 is the fucking one. Like,
I'm not
it's
hugely
amazing.
enamoured. I know this might sound a bit like goes against the grain, but I'm not hugely enamoured by Westworld.
Really?
Yeah, I can appreciate that it's good, but
For a lot of people, it's filling that gap, isn't it? Well, Game of Thrones isn't.
yeah,
around.
I'm just not sure it's as good as people say it is.
Well, this will
I
be.
really enjoyed Handmaid's Tale. I think it's just I just prefer that genre. Maybe.
Season 2 will be the defining season, won't it? That will tell you whether or not you've been building up to something that's just going to turn into a big pile of shit.
Well, yeah, season 2 is going to decide whether Westworld is 7 seasons or 4,
Yeah,
isn't it?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we will see. But apparently episode 2, which I'm going to go and watch tonight, is bloody amazing. Handmaid's Tale Season 2, honestly, it just doesn't let up. Like, it's straight in where you left off at the end of Season 1. The tone's all there, the characters are all there, the acting and the performance is all there. It's brilliant. It's like it's the same season.
Yeah.
Excellent.
It's
I can't.
fantastic.
I haven't watched the first series. I just can't.
There's 2 episodes of Season 2 out. So
Yeah, it's what it's about for me. It just doesn't. It's either gonna not interest me when I start watching it, and I'll be like, "Yeah, I'm not finding this interesting," or it's going to upset me. It's one
Right.
or the other. And
it's deeply upsetting.
Yeah,
and it should be.
But like,
Because it's horrible.
yeah, but it's for me like I don't know if I want that.
But it's
the
also
moment.
very, very kind of almost like a metaphor for some of the things that are going on in the world around us. So, yeah. It's dark but relatable in some horrible way.
I just struggle with that sort of thing now. I'm finding the things that make me feel uncomfortable. I can't cope with as well.
Fair enough. An American Crime Story. Are we familiar with that?
I've heard of it. I'm not sure I actually know what it is though.
People vs. O.J. Simpson was the first season.
Right. Okay. So
So-
they're going to do a true case each time, are they?
Yeah, it's different stuff. So this one is the murder of Gianni Versace.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah, it's, I think, kind of focusing around the fact that the media just didn't realise that Versace's murderer was a serial killer. And I certainly didn't know that. So what they've done is they've gone with the murder in the first episode, and then we're getting a load of backstory about the murderer
Okay.
and his life and stuff leading up to it. Yeah, and other kills and things that he had during his career, if you like. But again, fantastic.
Is it a career? Can you put it on your CV?
Yeah, that's what I was just about to say. Can you really class it as a career?
Maybe.
Should that not just be not used as the term? Because then it makes other psychopaths think, oh, well, they did it as a career.
Are you full time or are you just moonlighting at being a serial killer? Yeah.
But brilliantly acted. Like the characterizations in it look pretty bloody solid, and I'm very much looking forward to watching more of it.
Cool.
So yeah. Not out on Netflix though, interestingly.
Oh, right, okay.
So you'll have to go and find another way to watch it, I think, until the end of this year. It's going to take quite a long time.
Random.
Yeah, well, it's not a Netflix production. The first one
No.
wasn't either. So I don't think anyone realised.
Well, I think the first series I watched on, was it BBC? It was on...
Oh, it was on BBC Two, I think. Yeah.
I watched it on BBC.
Weekly. And this is being aired actually on the BBC Weekly
okay,
as
so
well.
it'll be on BBC iPlayer then.
But all of the episodes are available to watch online, if you know what I mean. Nod, nod, wink, wink.
Well, just get them on BBC iPlayer. It's
Yeah,
easier.
but they'll only be released one per week.
Yeah, but they keep them on there for 2 weeks now. They've extended their 7-day
I
thing.
thought it's 30 days on some stuff, isn't it?
Some stuff, yeah. Most stuff is 7 days, unless it's one of their own things. But that's cool. I will give that a watch.
So all 3 of those, I think, are going to be worth a watch this year. If you've got a big Game of Thrones shaped hole in your life,
I'm
like I
going to
have.
watch them, but we're going to just finish Parks and Rec, and hopefully both of them. Then we'll be able to sesh those 2.
Have either of you guys
I prefer
watched,
doing it.
Watching it all in one hit? Yeah, I
like, but I like to,
what it is.
We don't do it. We're not one of those couples that will close the curtains and stay indoors all weekend. Not in the slightest. But we can watch a 10-part series in sort of like a week to 10 days.
Yeah,
easy. Like especially if it's so good, you make your Friday night film nights 3 episodes or something.
Yeah,
fair.
Have either of you guys seen Happy? Because that's just popped up on Netflix.
'Cause I'm happy. No, what's Happy?
It's
yes,
Grant
I have.
Morrison
I have
comic.
seen some of it.
Yeah,
I didn't enjoy it.
I'm loving it.
Really?
Yeah, even my girlfriend's loving it. She's watching Sons of Anarchy at the moment, and then I said about that, not realising she was watching Sons of Anarchy, and I went, it's a bit violent though, I don't know if she was like, I'm watching Sons of Anarchy, I've seen someone have their back blow torched off. She was like, I doubt this is going to be as bad, and we started watching it, and she's like, this is pretty close.
It's pretty gruesome in places.
And, but I really like it. It's just as mad as the comic.
If she's only just seen the part in Sons of Anarchy where the guy gets his tattoo
I think
removed.
she's further than that now.
Oh, mate, the last season. Jeez. It gets a lot worse.
Doesn't somebody get burnt in a box on the railway?
Yeah, that's it.
There's all sorts of horrendous stuff in it.
Yeah, it's not my cup of
Rapes,
tea.
It's his daughter in front of him. Yeah. Nasty. But yeah, Happy. I don't like the thing, the character, the hippo fairy thing.
You're not supposed to. That's the point.
Ugh.
It's an annoying anomaly of a girl's imagination that's following round a bloke.
It's a pretend friend, isn't it? A make-believe
imaginary
friend.
Yeah. You're not supposed to like it at all, but I think that's why it's perfectly annoying.
It's, again...
And even the main character makes comments to it about how annoying it is. And when he looks at it and it zooms into the character becomes more gross because to him it's like even more annoying and becomes a slightly different view to how we're seeing it around him most of the time. So there's little nuances. And the art direction's quite interesting. There's brilliant shots and like camera angles and artistic styles throughout each episode, throughout the whole series. There's loads of different bits. It's, something different, you know?
Okay.
I found
Maybe I'll
out
give it another go.
while we were gassing, Black Panther's coming out on digital 8th of May, which is next
digital.
Tuesday.
There we go.
So I reckon I might be able to watch it the weekend.
There you go.
And then go and see Avengers on Tuesday or Wednesday because I'm off work next week.
Boom. Double bill.
Nice.
Right. Is that enough reviewing?
I think so.
So, folks, if you'd like to listen to or if you'd like to catch up on anything that we do outside of the podcast, like Adam's poetry and comedy and my music and stuff and
Ross's wanking habits.
PlayStation handle, the wooden one, you know, go and find us on Facebook. You'll find loads of links in our bio there and stuff, or anyway, where there are comments below, like on YouTube, for instance, if you're listening to us there. Honourable mentions for YouTube, not for YouTube, for Libsyn and Stitcher.
They've been busy helping Ross out with all the oils and materials.
Crafting and maintaining his handle.
Yeah.
Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying.
What, wanking handle?
Yeah.
Got a special handle to wank in.
Yeah.
With
The handle.
Yeah, with, not in. Like, you couldn't wank into a handle. Unless it's a special
Depends
type
on the
of handle. Yeah.
With a receptacle on the end. Anyway, yeah, that's horrible. We'll leave you with that, ladies and gents. That beautiful image. Enjoy that. I might even cut it out.
No. Ross
Who
made
knows?
it go sick. We were being quite polite about just general handles and he made it sick.
If you'd like to write in and tell us how disgusting Ross is, please do. snoobofthecrew@gmail.com. Facebook us, tweet at us, anything you like at us. And we will catch you next time. Thanks very much for listening.
Goodbye.
Cheers, guys. So yeah, maybe Happy is worth another shot. You know, I was watching quite a bad copy of it.
Oh no, watch it on Netflix in good quality, mate, and it's totally different because there's so many little nuances to the things they do throughout the episodes. Like,
Right.
Just beautiful little camera styles and shots, stuff that's been done before, but in this it's used so well. Like it works, and so many other little moments of music use and